And for me, moving forward and being asked the question what it is that separates New Zealand First from all the others, the red and blue, nothing new, the Coke versus Pepsi sort of banter that we've been calling the two parties, Labour and National, because it absolutely rings true. There is very little between them. But the left and the right that we have understood to be the political landscape for a millennia almost has changed completely. We do have two factions now, but they're not left and right. We've got globalists, who are all these political parties and movements and governments around the world who are hell-bent on creating wealth through neoliberalism, through this trickle-down economy, thinking that if the wealthy are getting really rich at the top, that wealth is going to trickle down to everybody at the bottom. And that just is not working. It's an experiment that has failed. It's been failing for 32 years that we've established it in here. And it was actually interesting, I get off base a little bit, a few weeks ago when Jim Bolger actually came out in the media and said that very thing. Yeah. He made a huge mistake bringing neoliberalism into this country, this free market ideology that's trickled down with the wealth at the top can have reached the bottom. It doesn't work. It's like molasses in a refrigerator. It stops after the first tier of executive staff members and so forth. So you've got the globalists who sit on one side, who would like to see open borders so that they can peddle their wares and their trinkets and make as much profit without paying their fair share of tax. And that's exactly what we're seeing under this government, and dare I say it, under Labour also. The reality is we have got multinational companies operating in New Zealand that pay next to no tax. The reality is with base erosion and profit sharing like these companies take advantage of, we are letting money go out of our country, and guess who's left to pick up the tab? It's estimated, and it's only an estimate because we really don't know how big this dragon is. It's estimated over $10 billion a year is uncollected from multinationals trading in our country. So, we've got Labour and National. Globalists wanting to know what the second group is? Nationalists. Now, I want to be really careful about what I'm talking about there, because I don't want you to go away with some sort of neo-Nazi rally that I'm talking about nationalism like they did in 1939 or 37 and 36. It's actually maternalism. That's a nicer way of saying we actually want to put our people first. We want to nurture our country, our economy, our people, and put them ahead of everybody else. Now that's not xenophobia. That's not racism. That's sound economic, environmental, and social policy. Putting our country and our people first. New Zealand First, absolutely, for 24 years has put New Zealanders first. It's our name. Our principles have not changed. Our 15 fundamental principles are the same today as they were in 1993 when we set this party up, and Winston set this party up. We are on a trajectory of popularity. But you know what? We haven't got there because we've changed our mind along the way. Flip-flop like Labour, done back some socks like National, been a lapdog like Actors having its belly rubbed, constantly. We have got there through determination, bloody-mindedness, and being right firm on our principles. So if you think of what's been happening over just the last 3 years, we've seen flag referendums, we've seen the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, we've seen stupid comments coming out of the government saying, we've got a surplus. So if you want to get a surplus, you just start cutting back on stuff. Just stop buying food, for example. Don't go to the doctors even if you need to. Don't send your kids off to sports. Now all of a sudden that becomes a surplus and a little pot of money starts gathering. You think, woohoo, but how good are you really? Because the only reason we've got this fictitious paper surplus is because they have run down our assets. They have run down our infrastructure. They have run down our district health boards. They have run down our education facilities. They have frozen the police budgets. That's what they've done to get their bogus surplus, because of course it's an election year. And now they're turning around and they're throwing it all out to everybody saying, well, we've got $11 billion we're going to put into infrastructure. Hang on a minute. You haven't been putting money into our infrastructure for the last 9 years. Now you're promising to spend it over the next 4. And you start questioning, what direction are we actually going in? This neoliberalism trickle-down economy, which only benefits the elite, needs to be flipped on its head. And we need a bottom-up driven economy. Where people at the bottom, without skills, without education, without the background and the knowledge of doing a job, that are prepared to work hard, get off their backside and get a job, can get ahead. We need to get back to paying people a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. A sustainable wage that enables workers that are prepared to work hard the ability to support their family and get ahead. Prioritising people and putting people first is what New Zealand First does. But if we don't do something about the government's direction and their arrogance towards New Zealanders, they shouldn't be called the National Party, we should call them the International Party. They've got more interest in looking after their overseas investors than looking after their own democratic voters. That's the reality. So it's all about people. This is about fairness and equality. Standing up for everybody equally, giving everybody the right opportunity. It's not about handouts, how much money we can give to you. It's about help up. This election is going to be the most important because we need change.